Welcome to the Longbox podcast presented by Plus Waco Comics and Rogue Media Network.
Your bi-weekly info dump of all comics news.
In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sights.
Yeah. You're not going to finish
You're not going to
Dude,
finish
you
it?
got to finish
You want
it.
me to do the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Let
gotta
those
finish
who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Hey, Joey just glowed.
It's so good. So good. Did you have to look that up?
Yeah, I don't know that shit memorized. I'm not a Lantern fanboy.
Damn.
Oh, is that? Do I need to give you my comic card for a little bit?
No, it's okay.
Before we start,
Yes.
we're going to get into that. Mondo has some stuff he wants to share.
Oh, yeah. So we have a little bit of terrible news. We had a loss in the
Comic community.
comic community.
Comic and cosplay, right?
Comic and cosplay, yes. A good buddy of mine, which I kind of met him just through messaging, but we kind of went through like a lot of the same cons and things like that, is a buddy named Nick Glover recently passed away. So we'll post it to all of our websites where you guys can go and donate to funeral expenses and to his family. It was kind of like an unexpected thing.
Just GoFundMe, right?
Yeah, it's a GoFundMe. Okay. So they have the link up on his page. It's just Nick Glover, and you'll know who he is. This guy did a lot of great stuff. I think at his table, he kind of just showed kids like how to make cosplay stuff and get kids into cosplay. And he was also an aspiring actor. He did some background work on some shows and stuff. So he traveled a lot, and this was kind of unexpected to his family. So
He's out of the blue. He was pretty young, right?
Yeah, he was a young dude, probably maybe closer to our age as well. So we just want to send out good vibes to them, and we'll post that link so you guys can go donate. So he did a lot of good charity work also for people. So we want to give back to his family and stuff. So good vibes to them, and we'll be thinking about you guys. So
yeah,
For sure.
Definitely. All right. Now, back to the show.
back to the show.
We can start off with news, Joey.
Yeah, news.
You look sad. You look.
He knows what's coming.
Y'all,
He knows
y'all
what's
caught me
coming.
by surprise.
He
Y'all-
knows we can't. Oh, we planned it, dude. We're not even gonna lie. We planned it.
We planned it. We totally planned it. I told Mondo, I'm going to catch Joey off guard today.
But you know what? You shouldn't be surprised, because last episode we were talking about lanterns at some point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
it's
were
all
like,
right.
we
It's
can
all
do
right.
that. We can do that next episode if you
all right.
want.
Ooh.
Maybe I'm pretty confident with my post New 52 knowledge as opposed to my pre 52, pre New 52.
Okay.
All right, let's throw some news out there first.
All right, some
What
news
do you
out there
guys
first.
got?
All right, I got some cheese man.
Yeah,
y'all know? Y'all see Tom Taylor?
Oh, gosh.
You call everybody out whenever. So Tom Taylor, the writer of Son of Kal-El, Superman, Son of Kal-El.
Oh, yeah.
John Kent, Superman. This title caused a lot of controversy whenever it was revealed that John Kent was bisexual, and he has a boyfriend in the book, and it's the whole thing. Of course, there's gonna be people that are upset about that. And there's a lot of people like making fake articles, writing saying that woke Superman causes DC to flop, and sales are dropping at DC, and this is why.
Oh, yeah.
And Tom Taylor's just keep on sending. He's like top 10 bestsellers, and it's like. Where is it? Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 3, and he's it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's just data. Like, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is literally, it's selling great. Like, we had to order second prints. Cool.
What was funny is that it said somebody tweeted like, "Oh look, my prediction was correct. The woke Superman, Son of Kal-El went from number 6 in November to not even appearing in the top 50 in December." And he's like, "Wait, issue number 6 didn't appear in December sales? What?" And then he goes back to it. It's like because it doesn't come out until January. So they're just so upset.
They're reaching.
They're reaching.
And when you lose focus of what your point you're actually trying to make, then you pause false stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And it comes back and it hasn't released yet. That's
Shout
why.
out to Tom Taylor, man. That's just cool.
That's him back in his work, man. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
He's going right back to his writing. Still
And I think issue 5 was like one of the highest pre-ordered issues that was out there on the shelves.
I believe it.
Yeah, issue 5 that he wrote. There was news articles all over the place of comic stores having to reorder or double their order size, their initial order sizes. So, I mean, I don't know where these people are grabbing these straws from.
They're just upset, man.
Yeah, they're mad.
Upset.
Big mad.
What you got, Mondo?
Well, I'm going to piggyback on what you sent us in the chat. That little poster teaser about the
Inhumans.
Yes, So apparently the Inhumans have stated that there are more deviants on Earth.
No, the
right?
Eternals. I'm sorry.
The Eternals.
My bad.
I was looking at both of y'all.
Wait,
like,
what did I say?
What are you talking
What did
about?
I say?
Humans.
And
Yeah, I
Humans.
said Inhumans, and you went along.
Nah, I
with
just
my
followed
bad.
what you said.
Shit.
The Eternals.
The Eternals.
The Eternals. Which, if you haven't seen Eternals, shame on you. It's been out for a long time.
I think Druig was the one that said.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said that there are still deviants on Earth. And what was the last sentence?
I think he said that we missed a few.
We missed a few mutants,
there you
right?
go. The mutants.
So that's play to suggest maybe that mutants are some form of deviants, maybe like down the line lineage wise, right? Is that what they're suggesting, you think?
I think so, and I think that it's like the first episode stuff. Anything that comes out in the comic books with the big titles,
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to mirror what's going to happen in the MCU. And with them just introducing the deviants into the MCU, I don't think it's a coincidence that
This is happening.
Exactly.
That we just got the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four and things like that.
I think that this is going to be a way to tie the X-Men, maybe not so much towards the deviants, but maybe towards the Celestials themselves.
Yeah.
And maybe that has something to do with it.
No, I think that's great because I think people, were expecting a different kind of Marvel movie when they saw the Eternals. And so now this is Marvel's way of like, we're going to tell you how this all interacts or like
How this goes forward.
right. Because not a lot of people went to go pick out the comics that they were putting out before the movie. So
I know in the comics, the deviants they messed with humanity. They messed with the Kree. They messed with the Skrulls. They messed with humanity. That's how we got all the different races in the Marvel universe. And even, I think, explained down the line somewhere that mutants were a genetic experiment created by the Celestials. Because the Inhumans are.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And the Inhumans are a lesser form of mutant. So it's part and partial the MCU and then maybe the Marvel Universe going back and looking at some of their past stories like, oh, yeah, we did mention this in passing at one point, so we can kind of tie it all together. But this is only part of what, a bigger story? Is that what that's what you shared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the Eternals because they protect humanity against deviants, and now they're saying they missed a few, and the few that they missed just happen to be the mutants,
Yes.
which make up the core of all the X-Men. And if you've listened to the podcast, all of Krakoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the settlement on the moon.
And
Not settlement, but
the blue place on the moon.
Oh, yeah.
The blue area of the moon.
Yeah.
Where the Watcher used to live. We're getting deep in the weeds here, guys.
Ooh.
And also the new planet of Araco, which was formerly known as Mars. Yeah. So there are mutants all over the place, and they're spreading like wildfire. But there may be a third party involved in that Eternals versus X-Men kind of thing.
Ooh.
Because the Eternals, their gods are Celestials. And there's another group of heroes who have taken base inside the body of a Celestial. The Avengers.
The Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used it as Avengers Tower. It's Avengers Tower are the new one.
So it's what is it called?
Let me see.
It's Eternals versus Avengers versus X-Men.
That sounds like a lot going on.
It is a lot going on.
But yeah, I really think that they're setting up something that's going to tie into the movies. It's going to be like the precursor to the movies. Because because you remember whenever they tried to make Inhumans a thing? Like back on 2014, 2013?
Yeah. Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. It's
between the Eternals, the Avengers, and the X-Men. They're all intertwined. Yeah. So they tried to make the Inhumans a thing because Fox... Was it Fox? Yeah, Fox owned the rights to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. And so the heads over at Marvel were like, well, we're not going to give Fox any money because the MCU is growing and making lots of money for us. So what other properties do we have? And that's where we got Inhumans, the TV show, which was trash.
I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't exist. We throw that shit in the same pile as like Dragon Ball Evolution.
Kate was so excited. She loves Lockjaw. She's like, "Oh, the Inhumans, that's her jam."
It was so bad. That you know what? That's a whole another episode. It's like the list of bad Marvel properties.
Yeah.
Or TV shows rather.
TV show.
Yeah. Anyway, bit of news. What you got, Danny? What you bring?
Mine is Reckoning War.
Reckoning War.
So there's Judgment Day,
Yeah.
which is all those three groups, but then there's Reckoning War,
like-
which is taking place on the other side with the Fantastic Four, She-Hulk, and Jack of Hearts.
Ooh.
If you don't know who Jack of Hearts is, do yourselves a favor and forget I even mentioned his name.
Yes.
Because he is so convoluted. He's a kind of he's OP. He's very OP, but he's also kind of trash.
Because he's, oh my God. I don't even have to describe him.
Didn't he
can
blow
guess
up
what
the
looks
Avengers
like.
Mansion once?
He did blow up the Avengers Mansion. Yeah.
God.
He killed the second Ant-Man. He killed Scott Lang.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a weird character. Anyways, all these characters are involved in something called the Reckoning War, which I think might involve Kang or the Skrulls. I think it's gonna be the Skrulls, and I think it's gonna be the original 3 Skrulls that Reed Richards turned into cows back in Fantastic Four number 2, number 1, number 2, something like that, from 1966.
It's like the first appearance, right? Of
Yeah,
the Skrulls,
the
like
very first appearance
he
of
turned them
Skrulls.
into cows.
I think it's gonna involve those 3 characters.
Cows. I'm with it.
Yeah,
Dude, Reed Richards is cold, dude.
Reed Richards is cold.
He likes to just make you look stupid. Like he
does.
doesn't just defeat you; he makes you look like. Do you I remember watching an episode of the old VHS Fantastic Four, and Magneto was on there, and he was wanting to take over the Fantastic Four, and then like Herbie and stuff, and so he like whooped the Fantastic Four. He's like, okay, now the Baxter building belongs to me, you know. And then Reed Richards made this like wooden magnetic gun. So he just carved a wood magnetic gun and was like, all right, we'll fight to the death, Magneto, and whoever wins, gets to keep the mansion and stuff. And they're fighting, and he's like, okay, you haven't noticed, but I just injected you with whatever to make you lose your powers. And Magneto's like, nonsense. And he points a gun, and he's like, I can't move the gun. Like, Magneto's like, he all depressed because he's like, oh, my powers. Like, and of course they had to fill up a like 20-minute spot, but it's like,
This was old. This was an old cartoon.
Yeah,
This
old
was, like, from the
cartoon.
60s.
So Magneto just like leaves. Like he doesn't even try to fight. He's like, oh, I couldn't lift this gun. Let me go.
It's like super depressed.
Yeah, it's like Reed like literally just built a wooden gun and like shattered all his
It's just
dreams.
wild. What was that shit you sent in the chat?
Oh yeah,
It's like
Tony
Yes.
Stark in the current comics, Tony Stark has attained God level, and he has imbued
I was rolling on
a
that.
group of his friends with his level of intellect, and his friends include Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Steve Rogers, Captain America, Sue and Reed Richards, the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, The Thing, Spider-Man, I think. Anyways, and he's making this announcement like, guys, I just wanted to test it out on you guys, but now you all are as smart as Tony Stark. You can make decisions. You can do critical thinking the same level as Tony Stark. And Sue looks at Reed and she goes, Reed, are you okay? He's like, actually, I feel dumber.
Oh my god, bro! It's cold, bro. That dude is
Savage.
he's notorious. He's the worst.
No, I'm about to be super nerdy right now, but the reason why I'm pretty sure that is because Reed can also stretch his brain.
Look at Joey.
Look at Joey
With the comic book knowledge.
I got it.
He
Yeah.
can stretch his brain.
He can stretch,
yeah.
so he can stretch his brain and hold more knowledge.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he also doesn't have a stomach.
Doesn't he?
No,
Why would he not have a stomach?
because he doesn't need it. Reed doesn't need to eat. You don't not know that?
I mean, but what if he wanted to? Could he do it?
Yeah,
What would happen if he doesn't have a stomach?
it just
Comes
that's
out.
a good question. I remember I had this like Ultimate Fantastic Four compendium book.
Is it Ultimate Fantastic
Yeah,
Four?
it was
I'm pretty
Ultimate.
sure the regular Fantastic Four he has a stomach.
Well, if,
Yeah.
Don't listen to Brian
Okay,
Michael
we'll
Bendis.
see. Okay.
He's
But
only
he
he's
did the
only
brain
good for a
stretchy.
few things.
He had the stretchy brain right.
the brain
That
stretching
is
thing.
good.
Yeah,
That is smart.
good.
But
He could stretch his stomach. I mean, that's just the thing you would.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he has superpowers, he has super metabolism. Like, not maybe like the Flash level or whoever's level, but like he can digest stuff.
Yeah.
That seems silly to me. Like, what would like
Superman doesn't need to eat.
Yeah.
Because Superman takes in solar radiation.
Right.
That's what powers him.
Right?
But
nerd.
really?
Dude, you're the one. Oh my god!
Really? You brought it up first.
Wow. Resulting.
Did
to
Joey
the-
just set a trap for me?
He did.
Did he? Motherfucker.
Oh no.
He's so proud of himself too.
A little bit.
He's
but
so proud
but
of himself.
you're about to get me back. So last episode, I'm pretty sure it was maybe. We had talked about Brightest Day and Blackest Night.
Are we done with news?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess we're done with news.
Yeah,
Did we?
sure.
Did we?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, there wasn't too much out there.
No,
There wasn't
this week.
really. I mean, there's a bunch. There's some hit and miss stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, did y'all want to get into what y'all read?
I'm not.
I'm not reading nothing this week.
I read
Mondo isn't reading anything ever.
ever again. I'm boycotting comics. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
read the Incredible Hulk, not the Incredible Hulk, but Hulk #3 from Donny Cates.
I was
Oh.
just about to ask:
Is that good?
anyone reading the Hulk? Because it looks good. I haven't touched
I'm
it.
pretty sure I'm gonna drop it.
Are you?
Yeah, because there's introducing some kind of cool stuff, but it's just like more multiversal stuff, and I'm not really trying to get into that anymore. Not right now, anyway. I just feel like it's because like #3 introduces a spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1, all that stuff. Shat on me yesterday, not last time.
Yeah.
I remembered.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's this Bruce Banner that's not a Hulk. That his job that he took upon himself, his mission is to find Hulks and store them in this, like, I don't know if it's like a dimension or an alternate universe.
Yeah.
But he stores dangerous Hulks.
Okay.
And like that's what he does. And so whenever he is met with Bruce Banner, at first Bruce Banner is really impressed with what he does until he finds out exactly what he does. He's like, so you just take us, and he starts, and then it's really cool because throughout that whole the whole run, anytime Bruce talks, there's like flashes of the Hulk kind of talking in his own little engine room where he's like constantly pissing off the Hulk. Like he has a throttle to get how much output from the Hulk, and it's just basically the helmet is making the Hulk see himself like fight a giant Wolverine or like a horde of monsters and shit like that. And so it gets to the point where he's they start talking in tandem, where because throughout the issues it's like. They're really opposed, and then whenever they find out, they're like, "You take us," and then they start. Is
it tied into any other Hulk stories? Like, what did it come off of?
It came off of Immortal Hulk.
Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, so it's to where the Hulk is immortal, but Bruce Banner is
So
not.
Banner is traveling through dimensions, or what?
Yeah,
This is
so
it's a different Bruce Banner.
It's a different Bruce Banner.
Oh.
So think of it, Bruce
So-
Banner,
'cause
Bruce Banner's maker.
Because I
Maker time.
am reading like Hulk. Maestro War and Pax is like a spinoff of like the 6-issue series they had. And this last issue, he fights Doctor Doom because him and Doctor Doom teamed up to take down Hercules as the original Maestro. And Doom is so cold, dude. He's awesome. Banner's like poisons him or something, and he's like, I thought you would have seen this coming, and Doom's like, oh, I did, and like sprayed this gas, and then they start going, and then like finally he beats the crap out of Doom, and Doom's like all de-armored, and he grabs his mask, puts it on, and it's like cloaking device or something, and like teleports or whatever. It's so tight.
That's tight.
But it makes it seem because the Hulk keeps like taking down, and I know this is like pre like Maestro, like how he became in that, but I wonder if they're gonna tie this story, because it's not like a intricate story, but it seems like they're leading it to something, because he keeps
Could be.
defeating all these. I'm like, why y'all keep running this? This is just a side story, but maybe they'll tie it into that. Like he'll have to travel. And,
If it's a story where alternate Hulks are involved, I don't think you can do that without involving Maestro.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but then there's also introducing like this new Hulk that might have always been inside of Bruce Banner, and that's where
Just to fix it.
It's called The Titan, and that's where it started to make me kind of fall off. I feel like whenever Donny Cates writes, there's always new characters involved. And I don't know if that's a deal because, you know, whenever you become a writer and you hit it with big companies, you always want to leave your mark. You know, all for it.
Yeah, you want to have a legacy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm all for it.
Maybe it's just like his mood, you know?
But I mean, for every Miles Morales Spider-Man, there's at least one Cardiac.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember Cardiac?
Yeah,
you
Cardiac.
Guys know who Cardiac
Yeah.
is?
He had a cool costume.
Did he?
I think so.
He looked like a football player. He looked like Steel, like a knockoff of DC Steel to me.
And he had a bow staff.
Yeah, a bow staff.
Like little, like jagged
Zigzag
lightning
thing.
bolts. They weren't even lightning bolts. Because wasn't he like a heart surgeon in his normal life?
And I'm like, dude, also, like, are you wearing a mask? Like, he looked like he just had a silhouette face with, like, a mouth and eyes on it. Is it a mask? Is it I don't know, man.
Who knows, man?
Maybe it's just like Bruce Banner, like his mood, whatever his mood is in. Kind of like a power ring, you know?
Yeah,
like you put on power ring, whatever mood you're feeling.
I'd say if you want to check it out, check out the first 3 issues before you make a decision on if you're going to drop it or not. But yeah, man, that's it for what I have for the Hulk. So are we ready to move into?
I know. Danny, you read anything?
I've read the Magic Order. You guys don't know about the Magic Order?
That's the Image book.
Image book, written by Mark Millar. Volume 1 was illustrated by Olivier Coipel. Second volume is illustrated by Stuart Immonen.
I don't think I read it.
Oh my God, Joey, you gotta read the Magic Order. It's so good.
Hit me with the elevator. What is it?
So it's magicians who protect the Earth from otherworldly beings, but they do it in disguise, and they have like regular day jobs. And there's a second group of magicians who want to take over their positions and just unleash chaos upon the Earth. Yes?
Magic people with day jobs?
Yeah. So they can't tell everyone that they're a magician. So it's like Doctor Strange, but oh yeah, I work at
Best Buy.
At Best Buy, yeah.
Okay.
One of them, like the head of the Magic Order, gets to use magic in a sense. He gets to perform as a magician.
Oh,
But he can't use real magic. He has
he's
to
doing
use
sleight of hand stuff.
Yeah, sleight of hand. Like, is this your card? Ooh.
Only the leader can?
Well, it's probably just like a.
Because the others don't want the
Dude, if you have
attention.
a traveling group
Yeah,
of like 10
attention.
magicians, something's gonna be like, why is there a group of 10? You know, magicians normally perform as one.
So
Yeah.
they assume like day jobs and all
Yeah.
that to be incognito
Right.
around that other
Exactly.
group. and all?
Right, but they're
Like,
actually
some of them are police detectives.
Right.
Some are like UPS delivery guys. Anything where
funny.
they can interact with the public.
This is gonna be on Netflix, I swear, isn't it?
You know what?
Mark Miller.
You know what? It's actually a Netflix inspired comic first. So they wrote. Mark Miller had the idea. They're wanting to make the TV show, but they wanted to build the comic universe first.
Dang, that's cool.
So they're building out the universe via comic. That way they have plenty of stories
That's
when
some
they
anime
finally
shit.
go to Netflix.
That's some anime shit. Animes always wait for the manga to rise up before they can.
So
That's tight.
we're doing so volume 2 is just started a few months back, and it is this group of black magic wielders who were banished back in the Middle Ages. They were banished by the Magic Order. The Magic Order is the group of upright standing magicians.
Now, before we move on, the Magic Order, do the titles get passed on, or are they just like immortal? Do they live?
No, they get passed on. So
Dang, that's cool.
in volume 1, the lead of the Magic Order, the father, he passes his title. He wanted to pass it on to one of his sons, and it didn't happen that way. One of his sons lost his own daughter to a magic mishap. Like, she found his magic wand and accidentally killed herself. So he ends up leaving the Magic Order completely and living just a normal life. Like, he doesn't want anything to do with it. The other son is his like secondhand man who works with him through the stage act and everything. Like, he's his manager. So that's his day job. He's the manager. but he's still a very powerful magician himself. And then the third child is the daughter, who's like this fuck up, and you know, she's always drunk, she's always showing up late to everything, and the father like really looks down on her like, I'm so disappointed in you. Why are you this way? You know? So it has like a family establishment kind of thing. We go into the second volume, this group, and they're magicians from like old world, Eastern Europe, Ukraine, Czechoslovakia, Georgia, you know, all those places in the Middle East, Kazakhstan and everything. They're like, we're tired of being second-class citizens to you. We have magic too. Yeah. You know, and so now they're doing a power play to assert themselves, you know, in the world and overthrow the magic order.
I'm with it.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm surprised you haven't checked it out yet.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've ever seen it on the shelf. I mean, I might have just in passing, but
I've got.
So the second volume is out. It's like, what has to be like what issue? What 13?
Issue 3. No, it's only 6 issues each. Yeah. So they're really quick reads. The first graphic novel, you can get it online. I have it if you want to borrow it. I've got the first 6 issues if you want to borrow those.
I'll check and see if it's on Comixology. If it's not, I'll hit you up.
And then volume 2 is just into issue 3 so far.
Is that is that through Image?
Yeah, it's through Image.
Man, they're putting a lot of stuff out. Aren't they redoing Saga or continuing Saga?
Yeah,
they're starting
after
Saga
3
back
years.
up. Starting it back up. They took a break. They just took a break.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Saga was like super awesome, really high on the charts, on every comic chart. Bestsellers list week in and week out. So, you know, I think it got to a point where they were really just running ragged. They needed to recharge. So.
That's good.
Also, another thing came out this week. Cowboy Bebop had a comic book.
Next.
Yes, exactly. That's my feelings about it.
What? No, you know the guy that I sent y'all? He's doing the art onto it. He lives in Austin, Texas.
Really?
Nimbus Black.
Oh yeah.
He's doing the art on the first issue. I don't know anything about it. I just know he's doing the art. That dude's clean.
Shout out to him. I am just always against American adaptations.
Oh yeah, me too. I don't see the reason, but
at all.
I saw some of the stuff he was posting about. It looks pretty good, the artwork. So
artwork looks cool. I just don't think it needs to be made. But shout out to him for getting that job.
Nice.
For real, man.
Yeah,
definitely. All right. So now we
Now we get into the.
Now we're going into it. Last time there was like a slight mention of Green Lanterns, and Joey had this throwaway line. The greatest story.
The greatest story, my favorite story.
Blackest Night.
My favorite.
Brightest Day.
Oh, love it so much.
And I told him, well, we can talk about that next time.
And guess what, folks? It's next time. So let's get into it.
Blackest Night. We're gonna start with Blackest Night because it's really two parts. Blackest Night leads into Brightest Day, which is the follow-up story. And Brightest Day was like 24 issues, and I'm not wasting my time on that shit.
God, that was.
But Blackest Night was only 8 issues, so I went back and reread it just for you, Joey.
Thank you.
Yeah,
because I haven't read it in damn near 10, 12 years. I remember the.
I'm gonna start this off with this. Ignorance is not an excuse.
I got this.
All right.
Okay.
We're going in.
All right.
All right, so what do you want to start off with?
You started off. You said it was one of the best Green Lantern stories ever. And I think that...
So let's talk about what the story is about. Like where Green Lantern was in comics at the time that they started this, the writers, the artists.
So this was right after Final Crisis.
Right after,
right after Final Crisis. And I'm missing some pieces, but there's
it was right after Final Crisis, right before the New 52.
Yeah, right before.
It's in a like a weird space and time during comics because DC had just finished this line-wide event.
God, yeah.
That kind of it didn't reboot the entire universe, but it set new standards for characters.
Yes.
And then maybe a few years down the line, they ended up just rebooting it anyways because they had Flashpoint.
Yeah.
That Flashpoint happened, and they ended up with the New 52, which restarted a lot of books.
Because Flashpoint and Blackest Night, those were around the same time, right? Or different? Like, I think Flashpoint was after.
Yeah, Flashpoint was after Brightest Day.
Brightest Day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had some Brightest... Well, I think it might have been around the same time.
You can tell by the artwork.
Yeah, they used a lot of same people.
In the New 52, Flash had all the lightning bolts all over
Oh, yeah. True.
And then during the Blackest Night, Brightest Day, he did not.
Right,
and
so it was around that.
Superman still had the underwear on the outside.
Yes.
I forgot that was a whole thing.
That was a whole thing.
Oh, my God. Superman's not wearing the trunks.
Yeah.
Okay, so they do this Green Lantern story called Blackest Night. It's, what'd y'all say? It was 8 issues?
Yep. It's 8 issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the premise, Joey?
The premise of it was let me see. So they find a Black Lantern central battery, 2 lanterns. They find it in order in Sector 666, which is the Red Lantern area. And whenever they find it, there were like black rings that sprout out from it, and it goes to Oa, where they have the cemetery for the Green Lanterns. And there's a bunch of dead Green Lanterns that the Black Lantern rings get on their fingers, and they become like zombies pretty much, and they are members of the Black Lantern Corps. And so from there, what you call it? Oh my god. So I'm looking this up, by the way, because it's been forever, because I read this shit when I was like 8. Yeah,
God damn
share
it.
my age.
Am I about to shit on an 8-year-old?
So up until that point, before we go further, this shit is like Saturday morning cartoons to me. Like this storyline right here, the Black.
So this is your He-Man, your Thundercats, your G.I. Joe Saturday morning cartoons.
I still watch Saturday morning cartoons, but like going to the library and being able to read the hardcovers like on the weekends.
So you're saying that was your like every week I got to go to the library and get this book. Every week I got to sit down and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was this one.
Yeah.
And so remembering it, because before this episode, we were kind of chatting outside, hitting some really good points.
Were you?
I'm sorry. I think so. Well, because y'all made me realize that a lot of the stuff that I enjoyed about it was just the flair, just there's another Green Lantern, there's another Corps, there's another this. And it was tight to me because, One of the big things in the Brightest Day and Blackest Night event was the entities. You know, we find out that Parallax, from the whole, what was that Green Lantern story with Hal Jordan? When he became Parallax and all that?
Yeah.
That was like when Kyle Rayner, like after he took the mantle,
when Coast City was destroyed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we find out that Parallax...
Final Night. Yeah, no, not Final Night. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We find out Parallax isn't alone. Like, Parallax is one of several entities and stuff like that. That got me, you know? We find out the Ion was like this kind of fucking stupid-looking whale thing. But, you know, it had spirit.
But that was part of Brightest Day, right?
That was Brightest Day.
So what's going on in Blackest Night that led up to that point?
I pretty much remember zombies happening. I'm gonna let Danny take
That's
it
the
from
first. That's the first mistake. Zombies.
Yeah,
here. They were pretty much zombies.
They were zombies.
they were zombies. They were resurrected. No matter how they were resurrected from the dead. Wait,
so it's dumb because I think the first zombies that we see,
Martian Manhunter.
Because in Final Crisis, at the beginning of Final Crisis, Martian Manhunter is murdered by Libra, who is a very forgettable DC villain. He's got a cool look, but super forgettable. No one even knows who he is.
Yeah, I didn't know
he
who it was.
approaches like the Secret Society at the beginning of Final Crisis and says, "Look what I have! I have the Manhunter," and he like stabs him with a fiery spear, which kills him. So the Manhunter, the JLA, they bury him on Mars. This fucking ring finds him on Mars and resurrects him, and now he's attacking Earth. The next ones to appear are
Hawkgirl and Hawkman.
yeah.
No.
the Elongated Man and Sue Dibney.
There you go.
And they had both previously died. Sue Dibney was murdered by Jean Loring, who is the Atom's wife. She got the Atom's power belt to shrink down and gave her a brain hemorrhage by standing on her fucking brain. They solved the mystery because they found tiny footprints in Sue Dibney's brain. And they were like, "Oh my God, someone stomped on her brain." And I think the Elongated Man, he died soon after that, after they solved that whole thing. But they attacked the Hawks, like you said. They end up murdering the Hawks, and then Black Rings come and take over the Hawks. And now they're building their ranks with dead people. But as we get later into the series, they're not just taking over dead bodies. They're taking over characters who were previously dead and now alive, thanks to the villain Black Hand, who is leading. He's leading these rings for his master Necron.
Yeah.
And so any character who had died at any point in DC history was subject to owning a ring, as it were.
Because they're trying to, like, the purpose, right? I think is he was trying to build an army.
Yeah, they were trying to build an army
to take down all the other lanterns.
It wasn't even to take down all the other lanterns. It was just to embody the universe.
Oh, yeah.
Because life cannot exist.
Oh, God.
Life has had its run, and now everything must be black.
Emo
Dumbest
night. Come out to
ever.
Emo Night 2022.
I realized why I like
Noah.
this so much.
Were you in an emo face, bro?
This is a Power Rangers villain. Necron is a Power Rangers villain.
You and the goddamn Power Rangers.
No, for
I
real.
swear to God.
For real. No. Hear me out. Because Indigo popped up. A new lantern popped up using the powers of other lanterns. When I was a kid reading that shit, I was like, whoa.
Okay, so now
there's a Green Lantern.
So now we're jumping into this part of the story where you have to have an opposing force to fight this army of dead zombies.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Okay, So Green Lanterns have no effect on these Black Lanterns.
That's right.
These Black Lanterns that are just popping up all over the place.
Right.
And they're on the run. What I did find interesting, and it was two sides of the same coin, the story early on in the first 4 or 5 issues, it's focusing on Hal Jordan and Barry Allen, two heroes who had been recently resurrected. Hal Jordan, both of them by Jeff Johns, but they both had different takes on life at that point. Hal Jordan had died, a villain, and kind of martyred himself to restart the sun at the end of Final Night, which is another story. That's another good story where the sun gets eaten by a sun eater, which is a Superman villain, and the heroes are kind of coming together to try to save Earth from freezing to death. Barry Allen had famously died during the Crisis on Infinite Earths back in the 80s, and he had been gone for 30 years.
Yep.
And Jeff Johns wrote both of these characters back into comics. But they had different takes. Barry Allen was more of the whole, I don't know how much time I have, so I'm going to try and do everything I can, try to live every day to the fullest. And Hal Jordan was more of the, I died, I need to take time to really enjoy the things in front of me. I need to reconnect with the people who I may have lost touch with. I need to slow down and, take time to watch a sunset or something. So they really had opposing ideas in their new lives and everything, which is good. It's neat because Wonder Woman, Superman, Aquaman, all these other characters, they had died, and you didn't really see that kind of thing from them. They just went on about their day, And I guess in that instance with Jeff Johns explaining those two sides of it, it's a decent story. But once you get past that, it is just zombies and trying to figure out which light works, which flashlight is the best one.
Right.
Don't say that flashlight.
Dude, I mean, that's literally what it was. Every issue was like, oh, there's a blue lantern. Who can wield the blue? Oh, it's going to go to a hero.
This
There's
green light doesn't work. But if I put my my blue light with his green light.
Yes. Tell me that's not what it was, dude.
Exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It was a lot better than I remember.
And another thing that I didn't like about it kind of, and we talked about this earlier, it takes away the severity of what a lantern is, I think.
The importance of a Green Lantern.
Right, because it's oversaturated with all these different lanterns. It's like, okay, Green Lantern is important and has done some stuff, but also,
you introduce all these cores.
why couldn't we just hire some blue and purple and orange lanterns or whatever,
And how do they exist? Like, I understand the Guardians hide all kinds of shit.
Yeah, man, fuck.
But these cores exist, and even the Guardians are kind of caught off guard by them.
Right. See?
That part I didn't like. I felt like the Guardians should have known about him.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, because Larfleeze, that's only one. So, I mean, it's obvious that nobody would have seen him or heard about him.
Right.
But, the Blue Lanterns didn't come. Well, I mean, they were made by the Guardians.
Atroclus or whatever his name. That dude's
Atroclus.
massive.
Yeah, they should have known about him.
How could you not see him,
they should've
smashing into planets and stuff like
They destroyed his planet.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do they not know what they created?
Yes, dude. So it's like, it freaking it's oversaturated with lantern stuff to where it's like it doesn't make the lantern special, it doesn't make OS special, it doesn't make the Guardians these. And y'all don't even know about these dudes. Why are we listening to y'all?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Guardians fuck up a lot. I'm surprised.
They do.
I'm surprised no one's went. Someone's like, "Hey guys,
maybe sit this one
chill
out.
out.
Yes.
Maybe sit out a few plays,
Right.
guys."
Because right out, I mean, skipping a couple of things, but right after the Brightest Day event, they came out with the first storyline for the New 52, which was Rise of the Third Army, which they're like, oh, the Green Lanterns didn't work out, so let's just make a new army. And it was like these flesh kind of things that...
Gross.
Yeah, it was stupid.
And they already tried that. They already did that with Manhunters.
Yeah.
No.
And the Manhunters didn't work out, so
Yes.
what did they make? Green Lanterns.
It was bad.
As a whole, it seems cool because when you're reading it issue by issue, you're caught up.
There's
in
a lot of colors.
The artwork.
Yeah.
Ivan Reyes is a badass artist.
Yeah,
Ivan Reyes,
that was a takeaway from it. Ivan Rice.
Ivan Rice. Is that how you say it? I'm sorry, I don't know how.
I think it is
Ivan Rice. Okay.
Reis. Ivan Rice.
Rice.
But yeah, man, he's like an Alan Davis kind of Brian Hitch, like an Alan Davis Brian Hitch amalgam. He throws himself into that artwork, and it's really good. It's so good.
So I can see how you read it as like issue to issue, like, oh, this is great. Oh, what's gonna happen next? But when you read it as a whole, it's like, it's too much, man. It's oversaturated.
Yeah,
I know I keep using that word, but that's all I can think of when I think of that storyline.
You're right. Because I think Danny made fun of it a while back, saying it was like a Power Rangers shit, like a Power Ranger setup.
It was.
And I loved it. The artwork was amazing. The colors on it.
Power Rangers.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I figured.
But it made me feel like it was because we were talking about earlier how Wonder Woman and all them got a ring. I kind of like that aspect on how there's multiple emotional. There's the spectrum allows multiple people the availability to grab a ring. Because like honestly, what is willpower? How do you like?
But that goes back to just what Danny said. Like whatever mood you're feeling, I can bear the ring. Like.
Because if you go back to the story, what's his name? Guy Gardner.
Yes.
Had the willpower, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of it, because he got super angry, his willpower didn't work. But oh my God, look, a red ring, and now it works for me.
So now he's a Red Lantern. Like, dude, come on. That's like shitting all over the Green Lantern and the Corps and your oath. Like, you're just like, this doesn't work for me.
See, but at the same time,
I'm gonna just wear all the rings all the time.
Right?
I'm gonna be the Mandarin.
But they don't work for everybody. That's the thing. Like the rings still have to choose you. You can't just pick up a ring and it work on you. Like, fuck, that's not true. The Red Lantern ring will do that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is there have been some stories like with the Red Lantern, like in the New 52, the Red Lanterns had their own title. And they had a human Red Lantern that had a really good story. His name, I think his name was like Jack something. I can't remember.
It wasn't Dexter the cat.
No, but he was in there.
There is
no excuse. Yeah. There is no excuse for Dexter. Okay, no, I can't give you one.
I love Dexter.
Yeah, he was.
But I'm like, really? It's a cat.
He was a human though, right? Is that what you were saying?
Dexter?
Yeah.
Was he human?
No. You're talking about the human Red Lantern.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
And it was he was like Atrocitus tied to Earth during that time, and so it was really cool because this human Red Lantern was one of the only ones besides Atrocitus that was able to make constructs with his red ring. Because if you guys didn't know, the Red Lanterns weren't like the other ones where they were able to make constructs and all that.
Because they're not focused.
They're not focused. Now they did this whole thing where like this blood ritual, Atrocitus put them through, and if they didn't go through the blood ritual, then they could make constructs. But this human Red Lantern didn't have to do that. He was able to make it. And then they just kind of forgot about him. And he's never, I haven't seen him in anything.
That would have been cool to like, even in that storyline, to be like, okay, let's expand more on why this guy can use and make constructs. They didn't because they were focused on zombies. That's the whole.
But kind of going to what Danny said earlier, humans are special.
Are they?
In the Green Lantern mythos. That's why there's so many of them. So why wouldn't the same thing be true for other Lantern Corps?
Humans are special in the comic universe. That's why there's so many superhumans on Earth. Period. I mean, that's all I was pointing out. I wasn't saying that humans have the most Green Lanterns because of all of this. Like, no, humans are just, if you look, they're the centers of their own comic universes. Mm-hmm. If you go back in the Marvel Universe, the Kree Skrull War was over the Earth. Galactus always attacking the Earth. Mm-hmm. Thanos, everything's on Earth. I got to get rid of the Avengers. The Avengers are the ones I got to move out of the way. The Fantastic Four, the X-Men. Same thing with DC Comics. The Justice League is there. Darkseid, what planet does he covet the most? The Earth.
He forgot about it though in the movie. Got his ass whooped so hard.
Oh,
it's fucking Earth.
Earth? What's that?
Fuck that.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
I don't know her.
Yeah.
By a chimpanzee. Captain Caveman came in there and whooped his butt.
But one of the things about The Brightest Day and Blackest Night that I think is really important to mention is that it is one of the staple Green Lantern stories that
I'm not going to say it's not because
oh, dude, I remember when that shit dropped. That was everywhere. They had T-shirts. They had
took over DC
Yeah,
for a while.
it
Like
did.
every book had at least 3 issues of Blackest Night and Brightest Day tie-ins.
Yeah, I remember Bankston's had this sick ass special. Like every time you bought a Green Lantern title,
you got a
ring.
Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, it was
I'm
tight.
surprised you didn't hate it because of all the different covers. They had like 7 different covers for
Joey's
each.
known to buy all the covers.
All the covers.
He's known to get hoed
He
on
loves
covers.
variants, guys. If y'all ever want to send Joey some variants,
If
he
you
loves them.
want to sell multiple books, just write one book but put 12 different covers on it.
Yes.
Joey will buy them
Joey
all.
will buy them all.
By accident, no less.
And he'll get to the 4th one and be like, "This looks similar.
Yeah.
Real,
Have
man.
I read this 4 times?"
Armando, to answer your question, I read this particular one in the library on hardcover.
Oh yeah, so you
Yeah,
have
so
to deal with
no,
all
I
that
didn't.
stuff. That's good.
And to Danny, fuck that. I hate variant covers so much because I always buy the same issue more than once.
Oh,
Every
man.
time. The last
On
one was
accident. You're not even meaning to.
no, and I don't even want variant covers.
Yeah.
I don't collect comics like that. I
Yeah.
read comics.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody that does collect them. It's just that's not my thing. But damn. But anyway, moving on.
Okay.
The reason why I think Blackest Night and Brightest Day is really important, especially for any movie fan to know, I'm pretty sure anytime they finally get Green Lantern on screen, I'm pretty sure they're going to be following one of those storylines. That
God,
is-
I hope not.
I just feel like it's too big because it's like Batman. I didn't know that in New 52, the Green Lantern storyline was one of the only ones that wasn't touched. It just kind of followed through because the New 52 was a total reboot.
Yeah.
But for Green Lantern, it was like, all right, here we go. Here's the next issue.
But now that they have the multiverse, it wouldn't be a big deal if they did and it flopped because they could literally do. If they wanted to do a good Green Lantern movie, I think they should introduce Green Lantern and Green Arrow together. I think that would be really cool.
You think?
Yeah.
Like have them both already established?
No, Danny doesn't like.
Or he doesn't
You
like
want
shit.
you want to do a good Green Lantern movie. You got to do The Brave and the Bold.
Oh,
So it's got to be Green Lantern and the Flash.
That would be good. That would
It's got to be if you're gonna do a team up.
Yeah.
It's got to be Green Arrow and the Flash first.
Yeah.
Then you can do Green Arrow, Green Lantern,
That would be good.
or Green Lantern and the Flash.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
that would be really good. I
Green
just
Lantern
love. I
and the
love Neil
Flash.
Adams' run.
Yeah.
I just love Neil Adams' run.
He's stuck on Neil Adams.
I'm stuck on Neil Adams.
Neil Adams, Green Lantern, Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
I haven't read it.
No.
The Brave and the Bold is separate.
Yeah,
So it's Green Lantern and the Flash.
Right.
And they're titled The Brave and the Bold. They appear together. And then later on, Neil Adams did a Green Lantern, Green Arrow run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
So that's what he was saying. I'm stuck on it because I love that run.
I think if you simplify Green Lantern, you've got a better chance of having it be successful.
I
That's
forgot,
true. That's true, too.
The HBO series. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be coming out.
Because Joey was touching on it earlier. He was saying, "Oh, all these different factions exist: the Yellow Lanterns, the Red Lanterns, the Orange Lanterns."
That's true.
I'm like, not originally. Originally, the only thing that existed were the Green Lanterns, and Sinestro had a yellow ring, but that was from an antimatter universe, which was the opposite of our universe. He went and found from the Weaponeers a green lantern, or a yellow ring, a yellow lantern
yes.
ring. They were able to engineer one for him and make it for him so that he could be the opposite and oppose Green Lantern and the Guardians.
Oh, I love Sinestro, man.
For sure.
I love Sinestro.
Yeah.
Mark Strong was the only redeeming thing about that movie.
Mark Strong was really good at
was
this.
For sure. I hope they bring him back some way, somehow.
Man, he's gonna be like 60 by
He's-
the time.
yeah.
they
Oh,
do
fuck. I
something.
forgot about that shit. I keep on forgetting about that shit.
Yeah.
Time.
Yes.
You forget about time.
Yes, time and
The
casting
thing
and
that
fan
we
casting
literally
movies.
exist in. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
Yeah.
So who's y'all's favorite lanterns? Since we're on the subject of lanterns,
Kyle Rayner.
Haven't we done this?
I don't think
No.
like on air. We've talked about it all the
favorite
time.
lanterns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle Rayner's mine always.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite too. But I like John Stewart a lot.
John Stewart's pretty cool.
John Stewart because of the Justice League cartoon or because
No, because of Neil
comics.
Adams, the
Because of-
comics.
yeah.
hmm That was so good. Introducing a Black Lantern and then not having his mask on his face.
Oh yeah, he wanted his identity
wanted his
known. He was
identity
like,
known.
I'm representing.
Yes.
Saint Walker probably a good second.
Oh, the
The Blue Lantern. Saw you roll your eyes.
So what are their powers? Their hope, right?
Yeah, they just hope.
And what do they do?
They are useless without a Green Lantern. I know it, man.
Dude, you just keep making our points for us.
Yeah.
So for the
I don't even have to argue. I shouldn't even be
Is
in
this
this.
like? Is this
I
like?
shouldn't even be in this podcast.
It seems like Pokemon. Like until you catch the Blue Lantern, you
Yeah.
can't use the green Pikachu.
So the Blue Lanterns were created by Ganthet and Sade, but the whole idea behind the Blue Lanterns, was to get Hal Jordan to lead them as a Green Lantern. The reason being, Blue Lanterns aren't they're powered by hope, but the ideology of it is hope doesn't have any power without the will to act on that hope. So they can't make their constructs. They can only fly, and they have the little force field. That's it. If they're not around a Green Lantern. The only exception is Saint Walker. He's the only one that can do all of his powers without it because he's Saint Walker. But I thought it was tight because it was he went through this whole deal because the Blue Lantern Corps was destroyed by, I forget by who. I want to say it was either the First Army or might have been like the First Lantern run. But the Blue Lanterns were destroyed. Their power battery was destroyed. They lost all their powers, and Saint Walker lost all hope. Like he went through a whole kind of transformation phase where he was really depressed and really lost and really kind of hateful almost.
You know what?
What?
You're right. You thought.
Oh, and I like, yeah.
You thought it was Titan. It's not.
It was cool.
Is it?
Yeah, because whenever he finally redeems himself, finally finds his hope again.
Joe Mullen. Oh, man. Yeah. Kyle Rayner and then Joe Mullen for me. But she's new. She's
brand
like
new.
super new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's in a lot of titles now. She's on the Justice League, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, in the proposed 5G,
Oh yeah.
she's in the Justice League. But I think even that got shut down. I saw a preview of Batman stumbling upon like a chalkboard or a whiteboard of someone, and it didn't show who, but they were like 5G averted. So it might be like Rip Hunter, who's a timeline guy. And it's got all these cryptic messages. The way they used to do it before Final Crisis and everything, they would do like these big art pieces that alluded to things coming up.
Yeah.
And so but this is in a book coming, I think, in March. And it's just Batman's like being the detective that he is. He's finding these things, and he's questioning 5G averted. What does that mean? So, but Joe Mullen, John Kent, Jace, what's his
Fox?
Jace Fox.
That's such a good. I love
the
that
Wonder
Justice
Girl,
League.
the new
Yeah.
Wonder Girl, the Flash, the non-binary Flash.
Oh, but they canceled her solo
they
series,
just
right?
canceled it.
Man, the Wonder Woman.
Yara's?
That sucks.
Why?
Yeah, Yara Flor. Flor and the Aqualad and whoever, Aquagirl, whomever.
I read her Future State issue. It was really cool.
Yeah,
It was a fun
Future
issue.
State. That's
Yeah.
what it was going to be.
Yeah.
The Future State Justice League, and
That was
she's
really
part of
good.
that. Yeah.
I still think the Future State might be a big staple going forward because I picked up the latest.
No,
one.
it's still like Justice League Incarnate and something else. There's a couple of them. There's a couple of books that are Future State, like I Am Batman with Jace Fox.
That's a good one.
And John Kent, Superman.
Well, I don't know if the Green Lantern title is also. But
Can we
there was-
just drop the Green Lantern? Can we just
This
agree
is-
that
this-
we've killed it and shoved it in the fucking grave now?
for Brightest Day and Blackest Night?
Oh
But,
my god.
This latest one, in the latest Green Lantern issue, it was all about Jon Stewart, and he's kind of going through this ascendance in the Green Lantern.
Really?
Yeah, in this Green Lantern hierarchy.
Oh wow.
And he kind of looks like Ion. I don't know if that's exactly what's happening, but he has like he's fully enveloped in the green
white?
energy. No, in the green energy.
Oh, Ion, yeah.
Yeah, Ion.
Yeah.
But there's this little panel where it's like someone's talking to him, and it's like, "Show me your future state," and he's like kind of showing his like little evolution.
Yeah.
And then the next page we have him at the full green. So I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool. I like the idea of Jon Stewart, ascending to the next level of like like being Ion or maybe something else, because wasn't he something else before? Like a higher.
He was a Violet Lantern in the last
in Justice League.
Yeah.
The ultraviolet lantern.
Ultraviolet Lantern. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what your enthusiasm
dude.
wrought.
You were excited. All those
lanterns.
They were like, some kid in Waco, Texas keeps checking out this book from the library.
We need to keep making more
Jot
lanterns.
it down.
Oh man.
All right.
Make as many lanterns as possible.
I didn't like the ultraviolet lantern. I am enjoying the
It
mystery.
didn't make any sense.
It did not. I absolutely hated Volthoom in the first Lantern and the first Ring. That was stupid. His powers were dumb. They were not enjoyable.
So is that who's the worst Lantern? Do you think?
Guy Gardner. No, I'm kidding.
Guy Gardner. I mean, you're not terribly wrong. You're not off point there.
No, I think the worst Lantern is probably the Guardians, if they count. Fuck them, because they're horrible.
It's all this time.
Every problem starts with the Guardians.
I would
They
probably
really
yeah.
Yeah, the Guardians.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Can't that war ring? So
Yeah.
yeah. But no, man, looking back at it, I enjoyed the pop and the flair and the flashiness of it and the joy of waiting.
One of
to
your
find
guilty
out what happens
pleasures, dude.
My guilty pleasures.
That's
I'm
okay.
not supposed to let people know that I enjoy that. I know now. It's gonna be on my list.
You guys can enjoy whatever comics you want to read. Just
Just
know.
There are guilty pleasures among those comics.
Yes, I have them.
I have them.
But just know if you come saying like this was the best book ever, and
We're gonna show you why you're wrong.
Why you're wrong.
You're right.
But yeah, guys. So this was a great episode. You guys got any shout outs or what we got coming up? We got a lot of stuff coming up. So
Yeah, we
let's
do.
go over some of that.
Oh yeah, let's go over some of it. Okay.
Got this.
So next weekend, go.
Is it next weekend?
Is
Next weekend.
Are you for real?
Yes.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Oh, but then the other thing.
all of it. All of it's next weekend.
It's all next
Oh my
weekend, dude.
gosh.
Friday,
Or
Saturday.
not next weekend, but the weekend after.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
weekend
the following
after.
weekend. Yeah,
So Friday night
Friday night,
here in town,
February 11th.
February 11th.
February the 11th, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Uh-huh.
at 712 Austin Avenue. at
Cultivate
712.
Yep.
We're having our book release party for our debut book for Plus Waco Comics, Plus Universe Alpha, and it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have books on sale. We have full color books. We're gonna be doing signings. We have limited availability on our black and white books. We might be doing some we definitely having some light food, light hors d'oeuvres, and also a special
Signature cocktails.
signature
cocktails.
So
cocktails.
you might get punched in the face by a black Toro punch. I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah, we don't know. My
I
buddy's
don't know what it's
working on it.
called.
Ooh, that's
I don't know
tight.
what it's called.
I don't know.
I don't know if
He-
I don't know if I can make it, guys.
He loved. He was like, "Can I make one for Thunder Stallion?" I was like, "Dude, make one for whatever. Like,
for
just
it.
go for it."
I don't know if I can make it. Shout out Dustin Weeds.
Shout out to Dustin Wings. Hope you can swing
Nah,
through.
I'm not gonna be able to make it, guys. I'm not gonna be able to make it.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So
and we got a lot of people that are supporting us. Shout out to MC Art Supply. Shout out to Rogue Media, Cultivate.
Sure.
It's gonna be fun, guys.
So that's Friday night.
That's
And
Friday
then-
night.
And
And
then
then Saturday and Sunday here in Waco.
Yes.
At the
There you go.
convention center.
shout out to Christina.
is it the convention center or the base at Extraco Event Center?
There you go. At the base at the Extra
The new construction.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, it
the
is? Cool.
ATG,
At the new spot.
ATG Expo, guys. The Anime Toys and Games
Yes.
Expo. Those guys, it's like their first year here in
Yeah.
Waco. They're putting up a small con. You come out, meet special guests. I think Sergeant Slaughter's going to be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we have a panel.
We have a panel. Joey hoed us and put us on a panel.
I got you guys.
Sure.
It's at 100 Washington. So that is the convenience.
Oh, it is.
That is
It is the convention
center.
center. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's not at the base. It is at the convention center.
Yeah, so
So
downtown.
come
if
see
you're
us
from
at the
Waco.
convention center, and maybe buy a book from us. Hopefully, we have books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're planning on doing a lot of commissions. I mean, if you want to come and get some stuff, we'll have some stuff. But
Mondo didn't draw anything in the book but 5 pages,
Yes.
so he will be doing plenty of commissions.
this guy volunteering me. Yeah, if you guys want some Venoms over there, that guy at the end of the
Yeah,
table.
that guy over there.
He's drawing Venoms for free. Go
He's
check it
doing
out.
everything Venomized. What do you
Everything
want?
Venomized.
Oh no, dude! No, I'm not gonna do that to you, man.
No, don't.
Actually,
Guys, if you wanna catch Joey at the signing, bring some cotton candy. A bag of cotton candy. You can get him at the corner store.
all right.
He's gonna be MIA the whole night. If you want a chance to take a picture with the writer, bring a bag of cotton candy.
Cotton candy will get you in.
It will get you in.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, yes, it will. I can't. Yeah.
But yeah, shout out, man, to everybody who supported us this whole time. This is going to be so fun.
Definitely.
You guys get to talk to Danny and Joey about their process and see what we got in the future and look at some stuff that we got. Thank you to our wives. They have been a massive support. They've helped us ship. They're helping us plan this thing. They've been really supportive of it. Shout out to Mike here at Rogue Media for getting us some contacts in. And you guys got anything else?
Yeah. The 116 backers that that supported our book on Kickstarter almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
I mean, a few months away. So it's like a year.
We gotta be faster.
No, yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
for you 116, however many of y'all that are listening here right now, thank you
so much.
Thank you so much for allowing us the chance to learn how to do this, because there's
Thank you for sticking with us.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for not coming at us with pitchforks and the torches.
Dude, and I think it helps because, man, we have a lot of steady followers that literally watch what we do.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eco Spider on Instagram. He had us on his podcast early on. He's been following us, sharing our stuff to his story. You know, he got a book, he got a digital copy, and I think maybe a physical copy.
Yeah.
He's always buying private commissions. Like he's been with us day one. So I think those people kind of show that we're actually putting in work. We will get faster next time and we learn from our mistakes. But guys, if you follow us, you see that we're doing this for the long haul. Okay. So we're excited and we want you on that journey, and we want you to support a lot of local comics. So
Absolutely.
mm-hmm.
Danny, you got any shout outs?
Shout out my wife. Always, as always, she puts up with a lot of nonsense from me. I'm ridiculous.
She's the one she's the one that called us on. We didn't tag Waco in the last shout out. So
we were talking about the ATG Expo, and we were sitting there listening to the podcast after the fact, and she was like, "Wait a minute, pause that for a second." I'm like, "All right." She goes, "Did you guys at any point mention that ATG Expo is happening in Waco?" I don't know. Let me rewind it. I'm pretty sure we did. Why are you listening so hard, so intently? What's wrong with you?
why are you supporting?
Yeah.
Kate's like, I can't listen to y'all 24/7.
But shout out to my wife. Shout out to you guys.
Heck yeah.
Again, I know we've talked about it before. I was done with comics. Joey's story ignited, reignited the fire. I was like, man, this is really good stuff. And so,
yes,
like, I don't know if I'll ever do anything other than this, but this is fun.
it's fun, man. I'm starting to get that way. I'm still younger, so I always think there's a shot somewhere. But my new perspective this year is like, dude, Plus Waco is awesome. I want to invest.
We've got really good. Like,
they're so good.
if
stuff.
you guys could sit in on some of the brainstorming sessions we have, we've got some really good, like the whole story we have planned out is amazing. But the stories that go in between building up the entire thing, it's almost like the MCU.
Yeah.
You know, it's all leading to like Endgame and stuff.
You're going to get to behind all, you're going to get to love these characters and pick your favorite and relate to their people they interact with, friends, families. And then, you know, we might drop a bomb on you. Something big happening where they all interact. So,
oh my God, Joey dies.
yes, what?
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry, Joey. Sorry,
Spoilers.
Joey. Sorry.
But yeah, guys, go check us out. We're going to post a lot of updates in the next couple weeks. So make sure you're following us at all our social medias.
And if you're free, come out and join us for the book release or meet us at ATG Expo.
That's right.
So you can follow us at.
I'll be at Instagram and Facebook at JoeyGNZLS.
I'm at Instagram and Tumblr at Imaginary Heroics, and then Danny Flores on Facebook.
And I'm Armando Ramirez _art on Instagram.
And of course, my bad, find us on pluswacocomics.com and also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Plus Waco Comics.
Hey, we will catch you guys next time.
See you guys.
Later.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.